Good evening, boils and ghouls. Hopefully the evening is going well for you all. Today's video is archived from a Twitch stream that was done back in the year 2020. I still do stream twice a week at twitch.tv/vladampere, where I often show even more of my art process there, answer questions, and often play games as well. Now this drawing in particular is completely directionless, or at least it started out that way. In fact, there were several minutes of footage that I had to cut out that were just white canvas, random brush strokes, deleting, redrawing, just making shapes. Not the most interesting to see, but for me, being creative and coming up with ideas is more often than not easy at all. Which may seem strange, but for me it takes a long time for my mind to kind of wake up or process things. But sometimes I just snap into it right away. It's, I don't know, just always been how I am. So for a lot of drawings, I don't have anything in particular in mind. And in fact, for me, it's often best to just start something instead of just sitting there and hesitating and waiting for the most unique and intriguing idea on planet Earth to come to mind. Because for me, if a blank page is intimidating, and maybe this is true for you, just try picking up a brush, start scribbling, start finding motions that feel good to make, find brushes that make marks you like, and see what you can see in those shapes. Erase spots here and there, or just delete everything and start the whole process over again. Make that intimidating blank white canvas a Rorschach test that you are in complete control of. It's certainly not foolproof, but it can be a good way to sweep out the cobwebs in your brain and, I don't know, at least warm up your hand-eye coordination a little bit. And for me, working in this way is so much more familiar to me because most of my time spent drawing, especially while I was growing up, was just in class, in a sketchbook with no stakes other than to give myself something to do while I'm listening, or struggling to listen, or completely trying to ignore the lesson. But anyways, having some kind of low stakes way of drawing also gives me a chance not to worry as much about my final outcome. There's no panicked, well, will the client like this? Well, will my audience notice that? Is this living up to what I think is good art? Is this worth my time to even be making because yada yada yada? It just gives me a chance to have that genuine feeling of making something with my own two hands and on my own time. It gives me more of an opportunity also to explore and to make quicker decisions because I'm not thinking about the approval of myself or a client or anybody. It's just, well, is this looking good? No, well, let's fix it, which for me is very helpful because it can keep me focused, because once I kind of get that river flowing, it'll keep going, and any rocks or stones in the way I can move around. And again, having that quicker decision making is really helpful because painting takes a very long time, so anything to speed things up and get some sort of finished product is really, really nice for me and my limited time. Like I said before, this really isn't the most foolproof way to work. Sometimes I will spend an hour and a half just doodling, making shapes, sketching compositions even, just slapping colors around, and just not get anything out of it other than just marks. But, at least it's not a blank page, at least I'm not just sitting there going, oh shit, what do I do? It gives me a chance to just do something, and just having that ability to make something, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not, the culmination of years of trial and error, into something beautiful, the fact that it's just something can still be very, very satisfying. And that's one of my favorite things about art and being creative in general. The fact that I can derive such genuine, real joy, even in making absolute garbage, or not even having a finished product, but just messing around and learning new tools, a new program, can feel it's maybe weird, but it does, that sort of learning process can make me feel genuinely giddy and joyous. I don't know. It just makes me feel such genuine joy. It's hard to describe sometimes. And I think, in my mind, one of the things that's helpful in being creative is just trying new things. When I get stuck in a rut, even if it produces good results consistently, sometimes switching mediums or my approach or what I think about when I draw really helps take me out of that funk and into a more comfortable place where I can just enjoy making stuff again. Art block is something that happens to everybody. Some people take breaks for weeks, some people just change mediums and force their way through it, but there's always kind of a way out of it. You can make the things you want to, but you definitely won't be able to all the time, and you just have to understand that if you're a creative person. We're not machines. We're people, Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the process of this piece come to life, and I hope you found something interesting in my rambling. Thank you for listening, as always. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.